Science and technology, as the bedrock of any nation's development, engages the attention of the Nigerian government. But then, the commercialization of innovations and inventors remains a major challenge in the sector. Correspondent takes us through ingenuity of Nigerians in the area of science and technology on infrastructural development. The Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport is gradually transforming to meet international standards with the rehabilitation of the runway. Turning to shelter matters. Federal government woos Nigerians in the diaspora in an attractive housing agreement. Plus, correspondent on one of Africa's mysteries, superstition. Good to have you join us on this week's edition of The Correspondents. I am Lydia Bassi. Welcome on board. Let's begin with the Science and Technology Expo, which took place in Abuja. The sector recently was in the limelight to present to Nigerians the best of research findings, innovations and inventions from scientists and technologists in various research institutes, primary and secondary schools, as well as individuals from different backgrounds. Science correspondent Kira Numayo brings to us the success story of Nigerian inventors and innovators.
Speakers at the opening ceremony dwelt on the urgent need for Nigeria to move science, technology and innovation to advanced level. Nigeria, they say, cannot continue to rely on foreign technology, as no nation has ever become great without developing indigenous technology to drive other sectors of the economy.
A ministry that will also look at the basic things that our people do every day and seek to reproduce them.
Any nation that desires true development and a better life for its citizenry must put science and technology in the front burner.
I am convinced that under the leadership and guidance of the present Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, science and technology sector is in a new era.
Minister, the result and the outcome of your research and development will go a long way in ensuring a re-engineered technological growth of this nation.
Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Wone Onu, summed up the opening ceremony by urging investors to establish a working relationship with investors and innovators for possible commercialization of the nation's research findings.
I am happy that the seed we are sowing at this landmark event holds the promise of growing into a big tree that will help shape the future of our dear country, Nigeria.
The 5-day Technology Expo is showcasing the best from Nigerian scientists, technologists and innovators. Nigeria can be described as one of the countries with low level of investment in science and technology. This is as a result of the inability of research institutes to get the private sector to patronize the research findings, innovations and inventions. The ongoing Techno Expo in Abuja is meant to bridge the gap. There are amazing inventions and innovations. Here, students of Pegasus High School, Eket, presented a mechanism for converting cow dung to methane gas for cooking.
In the beginning of our project, we packed a known quantity of cow dung and put inside an underground digester. Left it for 10 to 16 days for fermentation to take place. On the 10th day, we checked whether the gas was working by inserting a hose with a delivery tube at the end. And my co-presenter lit the Bunsen burner and the gas fled for a few minutes. So we knew we had a project on hand, and after winning at the state, we came to Abuja. After winning at Lagos, we came to Abuja to present our project here. Now, since we could not carry underground digester, we decided to construct a mobile digester. And in that mobile digester, the cow dung is still undergoing fermentation. So we decided to energize it by heating. When the digester is being energized, a set of gases liberate out of the digester. Those gases include methane gas, which is what we are looking for. Also, there's water vapor, CO2, and hydrogen sulfur.
Also on display, remotely controlled prototype cars and trucks by students of Oboro Technical College, conversion of sawdust into roofing sheet, and traffic lights with defaulter alarm are also on display. Locally made power inverter and machinery used in making interlocking blocks are all part of the Expo 2017.
The motivation that I have in doing it is through the thoughts that we have been taught in school. So through that, we have the motive to construct it in a little way.
Okay, what kind of materials did you use to come about this?
Just cartons, made of cartons and black carbon.
Now I can see that it's remotely controlled. So how did you get that connected?
It's through wiring components. Like it uses battery and also wire, DC, direct current.
This is a thrown-away material. You can use it to produce sawdust. You can produce rubber sheet. This is a rubber sheet from sawdust. And we have bulletproof, locally made. Look at this. Nothing can go in, locally made.
A traffic light system automatically detects a defaulter that attempts to beat the traffic light on the red lane. While there's a red signal, if you put your leg and try to cut the traffic light, it will detect you and automatically alert every other road users, and as well pick a picture of your license plate and the driver's passport and send to a dedicated IP address. So it can be attached to the email or website of the Federal Road Safety Corps or any other traffic agency. And we also avoid the road users from having clash against each other.
Our inverters, as huge as they are, like our 5 kV, can start with one battery, 12 volts, other than the foreign pattern that we have, that some of them can start with about 6-8 batteries for one startup. We have a 7.5 kV here that can start with 2 batteries, 24 volts. And these products have been made from scratch here. And we have the assurance that when these products are being used, because we are the manufacturers, we give 15 years warranty on installation. Because there is nothing that happens on these products that we cannot fix it up and then you continue your usage.
The electrical food dehydrator works with this principle. It has underneath here, it has a 200 watts bulb that acts as a heat source to power this system up. So behind this system is it has 2 holes where cool air comes in and then gets heated by 200 watts bulb. And the fan on this system helps to suck the heat, the moist air out and takes it out from the system. So as this happens, the moisture from the food dries as it goes. So if this system continues about 5 to 6 hours, the food becomes to get dry.
One of the spectacular productions at this Techno Expo is this wooden car made in Bida, Niger State by Ahmed Aliyu. It's the vehicle that actually brought in the minister at the arena at the opening ceremony.
The Nigerian people, they can make a car by themselves.
Looking at the local content, we have in that car chassis and body 60%, engine 12%, seats and upholstery 6%, wheels 12%, steering 4%, and exhaust 2%, an indication that we are going somewhere. Now, pointer and rear light is 0.4% Nigerian material, wiring and electrical 2%, shaft 1.6%, totaling 100%. But we were told that the car has 70% of Nigerian-made materials. Now, going by the scientific and the technological innovations and inventions on display at the Techno Expo, there is an indication that Nigeria has what it takes to grow technologically.
Thanks, Kirian. With adequate support for science and technology, Nigeria can meet national and international goals in many spheres of development. Meanwhile, the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, is the first to experience a complete rehabilitation of its runway since the commencement of flight operations in Nigeria in 1936. Built in 1984, the 36 kilometers runway was meant to last 20 years, exceeding its lifespan and leading to serious deterioration. Correspondent Emmanuel Ayimiro takes us through the progress of work so far.
If you were here at the beginning of the rehabilitation work, you would probably be wondering whether or not it is possible to come this far due to the extent of excavation work, milling and cutting of the top surface of the asphalt, to the laying of new ones and air-feed lighting installations. On the 9th of March, when work began on the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport Abuja runway, a deadline of 6 weeks was set for the rehabilitation work. The repair work has gone through different stages, particularly with a new technology known as glass fiber, introduced to prevent cracks and water from affecting the runway. This, the handlers say, would make the runway last longer. Abuja Airport was the first in Nigeria to have glass fiber introduced on its runway for durability.
The main purpose of it is to stop any cracks that is oncoming. It's a new technology that has been used even in Germany, and the contractor brought it. We looked at it, we looked at the literature, and we are convinced that it will work.
So far, after the completion of laying of asphalt on over 2.4 kilometers of the 3.6 runway, air-feed lighting installations are at different stages, covering over 1.2 kilometers of the entire runway. Without air-feed lighting or runway lighting, no matter how good a runway is, navigation becomes difficult for pilots. So, starting from the approach lighting system, the threshold lighting, center line, and the touchdown lighting, all controlled by different circuits. Anywhere the surface laying of asphalt is completed, lighting installation is taking place concurrently.
This goes to tell you that we are ready as far as this location is concerned. The touchdown zone lightings have been installed and completed, and they are being tested. It will be much more clearer and much more beautiful in the night if you come when it is dark, because instead of seeing individual light, you see that the lights are continuous ray of light from the beginning till the end. You know, you see all these lights that will serve as a guidance to the pilots that will come and land in this airport. We are just testing these lights to make sure that they are powered and the fittings are okay, and we do a final finishes on them by screwing them into position, and that's it. The next thing for this surface where we're standing is just the markings, and the runway is good to go.
Power is another important aspect of runway lighting. How is power being checked to ensure the lighting testing and installations conform with best international standards?
The airport was active. All the lightings were active before the runway was finally closed. So it's just a matter of putting back everything.
Out of curiosity, I inquire how the quantity of asphalt or its composition will comply with standards such that the top surface will not wear off easily.
We have a design for the mixture of the asphalt that has been laid. That design tells you what are the constituent materials, in what percentage. After mixing and laying, you now take a sample from here, go back again and analyze it, break it down into the constituent materials, check the percentage of the various materials. Does it match what you designed? You know?
What if it is not in agreement? What else can you do to remedy the perhaps future consequences?
Not even future, right there and then we have to make corrections.
What is left to be done to meet the 18th of April deadline for completion?
We're almost at the end. It's less than a kilometer to the end. So it is my belief that maybe they will take this to the end. You can see that we are on target from all the activities. Every activity is going on simultaneously. We will soon start the runway as soon as it is cleaned up for the markings. But we have started testing the markings on the roads.
Meanwhile, airport users are expected to enjoy some complimentary services along the runway rehabilitation when the airport reopens on the 19th of April. Here is the latest.
We have some renovation going on at the terminal building, both international, domestic. By the time the passengers start coming in, they will see a different airport entirely. Terminal D now, we have before, the passengers normally leave that area to board at Terminal B. But now, by the time this airport resumes, the passenger will be boarding through the same terminal. The Terminal B2, there is another renovation going on. They are trying to do the lifts.
With the level of work done, Nigerians are expected to wake up to a brand new runway come the 19th of April, when the runway will reopen for air operations.
That's right, Ima. The Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport is gradually wearing a new look as repair works are close to completion. Nigerians look forward to pleasant flying experience from the airport. Still to come, Africans and superstitious beliefs. Join us again after the break.
You are watching NTA, Nigerian Television Authority. For more information and news updates, visit our website at www.nta.ng, or you can follow us on Twitter at NTA News Now, or you can like us on Facebook at NTA Network News. Stay connected on our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/NTA News Online. Watch our live stream at www.nta.ng/live. NTA, you can't beat the rich.
Welcome back. And now to government plans for housing for Nigerians in diaspora. Most Nigerians who leave the shores of the country do so to establish themselves and come home to make their families proud. To achieve this, they send money home only to realize that they are in the wrong hands. Correspondent Adebola Brooklyn Sunday examines government's effort towards ensuring that their dreams become reality.
Investigations show that many Nigerians overseas battle chilling winter, loneliness, cultural and economic challenges to make ends meet.
They work tirelessly to build houses back home, only to be canned by relatives.
That happens a lot of times when you live outside Nigeria.
Benny Momo, who is based in the US, said he is a victim and have to be physically present in the country for the execution of his projects.
I have personally sent money for people to buy me land or buy a building or invest in one thing or the other. And at the end of the day, when you come back home, you discover there's nothing left like that. So I'm very familiar with that. Not only have I heard about it, but I've also been a victim of the same situation as well.
In 2016, President Muhammadu Buhari was in the United Kingdom, where he met with Nigerians and encouraged them to continue to invest in Nigeria.
That was a great help to the country, and I thank you for your sacrifice. If you can increase the contribution home.
Between 2011 to June 2014, Nigerians in diaspora had remitted about $63.17 billion into the country. It is our duty to ensure and reinforce the desire of all Nigerians here to be interested in contributing in the growth and development of our country, Nigeria. The owner of Gatwick Airport today is Nigerian.
In response to this call, the Office of the Vice President, Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, and other relevant agencies in the housing sector met to find a lasting solution to the painful experience of the diasporans, which in turn will encourage them to invest more at home.
So you can now understand that if we have a stake in Nigeria, in the stake of the diaspora housing system, where the diaspora members are going to have even a bigger stake, then you can be sure that the remittance is going to be much more than what we have now.
A total number of 15,680 houses will make up the pilot phase of the project, to be sited in Abuja, Lagos, Benin, and Port Harcourt this year at a cost of about 236 billion naira.
One of the surest way of attracting the forest into our country is through laudable projects in all space of development, housing being one of it. So the project is designed to attract remittances from the people in diaspora, at the same time ensuring that those Nigerians that have left the shores of this country have something that will attract them back into the country.
This is part of our mandate in terms of the anti-corruption package. Rather than us investigating corruption in the housing process, we help to build institutions and processes. And part of our function is to look at business transactions, because Transparency International rates a country on how easy it is to do business in such countries. And so this is strongly part of our mandate. If we have a reduction in corruption-prone processes in the housing sector, then our job is done.
The Office of the Vice President is facilitating the arrangements while the Federal Housing Authority builds the diaspora city and ICPC ensures no one is defrauded.
In 2016, about $35 billion was remitted to Nigeria by the diasporans.
What a way to give Nigerians in the diaspora a sense of belonging and increase diaspora remittances to Nigeria. Thanks a lot, Brookslyn. Now, do you believe in superstition? Anyway, it's one of the commonest phenomenon in people, especially Africans. Let's turn to correspondent Ayodeji Ogunsaki to tell us the mystery surrounding the discourse among the people in Ekiti State.
From time immemorial, the creation of the world remains a mystery, and such has no doubt continued to generate divergent beliefs among mankind. Among such belief that is beyond human comprehension is superstition. Superstition is said to be the belief in supernatural occurrence that one event causes another without any natural process, linking such two events to contradict natural science. As it is commonly applied to beliefs and practices surrounding luck, prophecy, and certain spiritual beings, there is no gainsaying the fact that superstition has changed the perception of many people owing to their beliefs and consequently negating the religious belief and doctrine. Generally, superstition, which is used to refer to the belief not practiced by the majority as a result of said belief, has to do with the frame of mind as explained by a philosopher at Ekiti State University at Ekiti.
A form of knowledge, which indeed is no knowledge, but is what you would call raw belief. And raw belief that is codified or informed, if you like, by fears and anxieties. So superstitious beliefs have no grounding whatsoever. If something is superstitious, it doesn't have evidence.
Every human being has one belief or the other. And in the course of trying to actualize their belief, many other things come into play. And once that belief is accepted by the person, or even by a group of people, or by a community, it tends to direct and influence their behavior. They are not part of reality, where these beliefs are just put in place to caution people not to do certain things.
Religious leaders said, though the mystery of the world, which is beyond human comprehension, has subjected many to such belief, but noted that superstitious belief has no place in religion.
It's a traditional belief, most especially in African. But when we go to scripture, there's nothing like a superstition, but there's something like covenant, where we say God entered covenant with man. People believe it traditionally in the African context.
Superstition belief is wrong in Islam, because Islam believes in predestination. Whatever, anything happens to anybody, we believe that it comes from Allah Almighty, because superstition belief always affect the creed of a person, and it will affect the iman, what they call iman.
By and large, since the world exists with its mysteries, respondents will review that people should avoid superstition because it could lead to false interpretation of natural phenomenon.
Yes, people are entitled to their beliefs. For some, it works, and for others, it's just by the way. And on that note, we conclude this week's edition of The Correspondents. Thanks for watching. Let's do this again next week. From all of us here, it's bye for now.
Gas pipelines are the arteries for powering electricity. When the artery is burst, then the entire system collapses. Vandalizing gas pipelines is a criminal offense against the Nigerian people. Let us join hands and protect our gas pipelines from the enemies of Nigeria. Report any suspected vandal to the security operatives. Let us stop vandals before they destroy our collective national heritage, so we can have the Nigeria of our dreams, where there will be light at all times. This message is brought to you by the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA.
Our programs are getting better and fresher. And it's because we are thinking about you.